Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Swiss. Normally I would wait for the game to end before recording this and uploading it so I can let you know how we did, but I'm pretty sure I can tell you right now how we did. Lakers are getting crushed. They're down 20 in the third quarter right now. Looks like the only bet of I'm probably going to go 1-2. It looks like the Anthony Davis prop is going to hit. But the under's definitely cooked. Lakers plus 6.5 most likely cooked. So not a good night in the NBA. MLB looks good. Throw some positivity. Looks like we're having back-to-back good baseball nights. So hey, something to celebrate, I guess. But let's put it in the past. Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go.
Welcome to the Swiss. The Swiss. Swiss. Hey, get the Swiss.
Heat at Celtics game 1 Eastern Conference Finals. Line opens up Boston minus 7.5. Total opens up down at 210. This line moves from 7.5 up to 8.5 pretty quickly, almost immediately. But as soon as it hits 8.5, the public comes in heavy on the Heat, and I mean heavy. Everyone's betting Miami here, and we do see some reaction. Line drops from 8.5 down to Boston minus 8 on most books. As far as breaking down this matchup, I don't think there's any question that when both these teams play their best basketball, that Boston's the better team. I don't even think Miami Heat fans would argue with that. That if both these teams play their best game, the Celtics are the better team. But that's a huge if. If both these teams play their best basketball, that's a huge if. Because if there's one thing this Miami Heat team and Eric Spoelstra does well, it's throw their opponents off their game. I mean, look at both of the Heat playoff series this year. Milwaukee looked terrible, and I know Giannis was injured for a large chunk of that series, but still, even without him, they looked terrible for their standards. And then the Knicks were way off their game. In the Knicks series, I'm a Knicks fan, as most of you probably know. In the Knicks series, I spent the whole time watching the game going, these guys aren't even good. We just suck. And that's exactly what Spoelstra does. That's exactly what this Heat team does. They make you feel like they're not good. You're just playing terrible. That's them. That's not you. That's them. That's what they do, which is awesome if you're a Miami Heat fan. It makes it incredibly hard for us as sports bettors to try to predict what's going to happen in these games. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, Milwaukee, second half of the regular season, they were second in the NBA in defensive EFG, defensive efficient field goal percentage. In the series against the Heat, last, 16th out of 16 playoff teams. And the New York Knicks, here's the big one. Check this out. In the New York Knicks, from the All-Star break on, the second half of the regular season, did you know that they were 8th in three-point efficiency? 8th in the NBA. What was everyone saying the entire series against the Heat? Oh, the Knicks can't hit threes. The Knicks need to make a move for a three-point shooter in the offseason. We were 8th. We were hitting threes at a really efficient clip. That's what the Heat do. They make you question every single thing. Like, you had Knicks fans on Twitter talk about we need more three-point shooting. We were a pretty damn good three-point shooting team this year. It's just, that's what the Heat do, man. You see, what everyone looks for, and this is important. I want you to listen to this. So what everyone looks for, especially when it comes to three-point shooting, was the guy open? Yes. Did he make the shot? No. Okay, he missed an open shot. That means that's not good defense, that's bad offense. And is there some truth to that? Yeah. But you also have to take into consideration, all right, so if you're the Knicks, right? You've run through this offensive sequence hundreds of times throughout the season, maybe thousands, where Jalen Brunson comes around off a screen from Mitchell Robinson, kicks it out to RJ Barrett, who shoots a three exactly on the shoulder. They've run it hundreds and hundreds of times. And RJ makes the three at, say, a 40% clip. Against the Heat, because they're so well prepared, because Gabe Vincent fights through that screen and makes Jalen Brunson take a little bit of a wider angle, all of a sudden, RJ Barrett's getting that pass 4 feet to the left of where he's been getting it all year. Or maybe the pass comes in at his kneecaps and it takes an extra half second for him to gather himself to take the shot. I know that doesn't seem like much, and I know the shot is still open, but that little happening, that little phenomenon right there will turn a 40% three-point shooter into like a 33% three-point shooter. That's exactly what Miami does. They throw you off. And considering we know Jason Tatum is capable of being thrown off mentally in these big games, I mean, we just saw him have, that was a 7-game series. He was off in 4 or 5 of them at least. Definitely didn't have his A game. I know he brought it in game 7. I missed that game because I was playing golf with my mom, but his box score was crazy. I watched the highlights. Looks like he was going off. But we know he's capable of being thrown off. And Spoelstra in game 1 Missoula and Boston don't 100% know what's coming yet. I think the Heat are going to shock them. Do I think the Heat come out and win game 1 in Boston? Probably not, but I just think 8 points is way too many, especially when we see this Heat team just grinding, keeping games close. I just can't see the Miami Heat getting blown out the way they play. Obviously, Boston can get hot from 3, and I could lose this bet, but I feel comfortable on it. I'm taking Miami +8. As far as the total, I think I'm going to play the under. Public's pretty heavy on the over here. Total opened up at 210. It's at 210.5 now. I really don't know. I'm going to put a half unit on the under. I'm not kicking down the door to tell you to tail me on that. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. I really don't have a feel for the total in this right now. I'm going to go under. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. As far as props go, I only have one right now. I might have another one or two closer to tip, but as of right now, I just have Jason Tatum's under. You heard me say earlier that the Heat defense can throw him off. It's all the way up at 29.5, coming off that monster game 7. Might be a good time to fade him here. So give me Jason Tatum under 29.5 points at -113 on FanDuel. If anything changes with any of these bets, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets that I post, which is every single bet I'm making and how much I'm placing on each bet, also includes a same game parlay that I build for every single playoff game. Those are posted on KyleKirms.com, so head over there if you're interested in that. Eastern Conference Finals underway. Be sure to bet responsibly, and I will talk to you on Twitter.